Okay, it's gun trade time, folks, and in this video I'm going to explain exactly why I called the trade, and at the end of the video I'm going to reveal who is up next for the challenge, so stay tuned. Okay, so it was a bit of an unusual choice for a trade call, but with a gun to my head, that's the one I took, and the entry was 36179, the stop loss was 36380, and the target was 35850. Let's see how it did. Okay, so this is a USD Israeli shekel weekly chart, and the first thing I do is form a bias, and my bias is bearish on this pair, and the reason is that we had these candle open and closes at this support level. The market broke through it, came back up, tested the underside, fell away again. Now we had this impulse move and then it entered the channel. Now this is actually not a bull channel because the market has fallen from above it. So it's entered from above it, entered this channel, and that is the basis for my trade. I expect it to eventually break out through this channel and continue on down. So let's have a look at the daily charts. So this is a daily chart and this channel is pretty clear on here, and you can also see a supply zone. So this is the reason for the trade call. What happened is the market shot up very quickly, and at the time I was asked to call the trade, I saw this, and these moves often retrace. So that was one of the reasons for the trade. The other reason was we had confluence. So we had this white line as a price pivot zone, and you can see the market's been above it, below, above, either side, and that's great confluence for this supply zone. Plus we had this channel. So this down channel is pretty close to this down channel, and that's the reason for the trade call. Now what happened here is we had demand, and that was the target, or the target was just above it, and it also happened to be the center of this channel. So pretty good target there, which has been met. This is a 4-hour chart, and I want to talk to you a bit about dynamic trade management. So the gun trade as an exercise, it's a great exercise. You either hit your stop or target. But for everyday trading, you need to watch how the market unfolds. And as the market unfolds, you need to make decisions. So the market, it bounced exactly off of my supply zone here. It then started forming a bull channel. Now that's alarm bell number 1. Then we had this price pivot zone. So the market was above it, below, above, 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 either side of this level basically. That's alarm bell number 2, that it started spiking into that price pivot zone, and it was in a bull channel. So at this point, you might want to take some profit off the table on this trade. Then what happened is it broke through the channel, and it then tested the top side. It spiked into it and rejected. Now that is alarm bell number 3. Now you need to get out of the trade at that point. And if you're running a hope and pray strategy, well, I'm very sorry. But what happened next is it then made a second entry into supply. Now the second time you hit supply, it's going to go deeper, and that's what it did. And this supply is still valid until it actually takes out that prior high. This supply level is still valid, and I've had plenty trades on much better behaved pairs that have gone a couple of pips within supply and then hit their target, and that's exactly what happened here. But the second trade you could have taken is this breakdown structure. So you had a big impulse move through this level here. It came back, tested the underside, and then fell away. And you can see that the market is stair-stepping here. So that is your second trade. So there's actually 2 trades here rather than 1 trade. And had you not been employing a hope and pray strategy, you could have done pretty well out of this price action and wouldn't have had to hold through this roller coaster of price action. But at the end of the day, stop or target, it did hit the target, and I'm pretty happy with that one. And finally, who is going to be the next nominee for the gun trade? Feels a bit like the BAFTAs. The next nominee for the gun trade is going to be Real Dollar Fire. Over to you, Real Dollar Fire, and the very best of luck.